Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Valentina and I read sometimes, and in this video I will be telling you about my 2021 bookish goals. By the way, Happy New Year, because this video will be coming out in January, so Happy New Year, I guess. I know 2020 was quite a rough year, so I hope 2021 has something good for us in store. Now on to the goals. I have 8 goals in total. 2 of them are actually extra goals, so if I achieve them, that's great. And if I don't, then it's okay. I can do them at some other point. But the other ones, of course, it's okay if I don't achieve them. Like, it's not gonna be the end of the world, but I do want to try my best to actually tick all those boxes. So let's dive in. The very first goal that I have is my 2021 reading challenge. So far in 2020, I've read 33 books. My challenge was 30 books, and this is the most I've read ever, I think. I'm very happy and fulfilled with it because I not only achieved my goal, but I surpassed it. So I'm very happy about that. And I think I can step it up a bit and, I don't know, actually challenge myself to read those 45 books, because if I achieve this one, then we can do better. We can read more. And I'm sure, I'm positive that I could have read more this year. So I am looking forward to achieving that goal next year. Number 2, this is my overall 2021 reading goal, and that one is to read all of the books in my TBR shelf. I mentioned this before, I think it was in the end of the year book tag, but my TBR shelf is this one right here. I don't know how much of it you can see, but I need to read those books. I just have to. It makes no sense if I drag those books into 2022. No, señor. I have to read them next year. And if I don't, I have to unhaul them. I just decided that on the spot, but I will do that. If I don't read my TBR shelf next year, I'm gonna be unhauling those books. Mark my words. I'm scared now. My third goal is to read at least 2 books in German and 1 book in French. The German part should be easy because I already have 2 books in the TBR shelf that I just mentioned. So I should be doing that. I will be doing that. I should be doing that. And the goal about reading a book in French is because I'm starting my 3rd French course in February. I'm supposed to be finishing up the A2 level and be able to start the B1. So with all that knowledge, I should be able to read at least a kid's book, which I own. I have somewhere here. So my goal is to read that one at least. And if I achieve a higher level of French, then I should be able to read some other ones that I have in my shelf. So I am really looking forward to that one. I really hope I can make it because I just have to, I have to learn French, bro. And I think the best way to learn a language for me, a way in which I internalize it the best, is through reading. So that's why this goal is here. Number 4 is to do a catalog of all the books that I own. I use Notion now. Notion is amazing. I love it. I am for sure not the first booktuber saying this, but I love Notion so much. I really do love project management tools, and before that I was using Asana and keeping notes in other places, and everything was scattered around, and now I have Notion and I have everything there, and it makes me very happy. And I have a section for my booktube and my bookstagram, and I saw a video about Notion made by Word Wonders, and she had a book catalog, and I thought that was a brilliant idea. She also made her template available, so I downloaded the template. I might not be using it exactly as it is, but at least I have it as an example. And I think a catalog of my books could be really useful for this whole video making thing, because in my catalog I can just categorize the books according to genre, according to language, to author, to everything. I can give them different tags, and when I'm making certain videos recommending books, etc., I will have a way easier access to my books than standing in front of my shelf and being wrecking my brain, being what book was about what, and there I can just have everything very neatly. So yeah, I think it just would be great for this whole video making process situation. Number 5 If you have been watching my other videos, then you would know by now that I have a book buying ban. And this book buying ban will be lifted until I make a significant dent in this shelf right here. And I decided to bring this book buying ban onto 2021 and keep it just as it is, because it just makes no sense to keep buying books if I haven't read enough of the ones that I own. With that being said though, my book buying ban has certain exceptions. The first one is I can buy the books for my book club because I need them. Like, I'm part of this book club called La Maloca Feminista Berlin, and we read a different book by a female author every month. And if I want to be a part of the book club, I have to buy the books and read them. So that's the first reason where my book buying ban is not valid. The second one is that I am allowed to buy books that belong to a series that I'm reading and I just urgently need to continue. For example, the Heartstopper comic series, I urgently need to get around volume 3, and volume 4 is coming out in May, so I will be buying those 2 books. And I have on my TBR shelf some series like Six of Crows and The Diviners and another one by V. Schwab that I haven't read, but if I read them and I enjoy them and I want to continue on, then I am allowed to get those books because yeah, I'm not gonna be waiting until I read all of the other books to be able to get around to those, you know? I'm allowed to make exceptions. And my last exception is I'm allowed to buy new releases from authors that I want to support and I am really looking forward to reading next year. For example, again, Heartstopper, or the new book by Casey McQuiston, the author of Red, White, and Royal Blue, or I think also Taylor Jenkins Reid is publishing a book. I have to look into that. So this type of books. If I see an author that I really enjoy that published a new book, that if I really want to get it, then I can get it. Basically, then my book buying ban is applicable on my general wish list, which is quite long. So believe me, these exceptions are really exceptions, because I would just be buying books like crazy right now if I didn't have these rules set, you know? So yeah. And number 6, if conditions allow for it, then I would like to use my local library more. Due to Corona, I've postponed going to my local library in person. I've never had this experience of using a library like this. I've used my school's library and my university's library, but this whole experience of going to a state-owned library where you're allowed to take books home for a couple of weeks, books that you actually like and for free, I've never lived that. Using a library is just not something that I am familiar with, because sadly such things don't exist in Nicaragua. And I think my local library might have a really good selection of books in English, or at least the Libby app has a good selection of books in English. So I hope that is also reflected in the library from my neighborhood. But yeah, I would really like to do that, even if it's just once, because I don't know if I would like having to leave my house to give back a book that I cannot write on and that I only have 2 weeks to read. I don't know how that would be, but it will be a whole experience that I want to feel and live one day. So yeah, when Corona allows for it, then I will definitely go to a library and check out some books. And my last 2 goals that I don't necessarily have to meet next year are, first, expanding my feminist nonfiction collection, and second, completing my Alice Oseman collection. So I currently own Heartstopper 1 and 2 and Radio Silence, and I would like to own all of books that Alice Oseman has published, and not only own them but read them. So that is a goal of mine this year, but due to the fact that I have imposed this book buying ban on myself and the fact that I have a huge TBR at the moment, I don't know if I will be getting to it. So those 2 goals, expanding the feminist nonfiction and the Alice Oseman collection, are not a priority right now, but we will see. Let's see what the year holds, and let's see if I can get to them or not. And that was it. Those are all of my bookish goals for 2021. Let me know which are your bookish goals, if you have any, if you are challenging yourself to read a certain amount of books, or if you're just going with the flow, if you had to impose yourself a book buying ban as well, or if you are very disciplined with the books that you buy and read. I don't know, tell me what your reading habits are. And so we bring this video to a wrap. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye!